So, good morning, everyone. It was during 2015 when I happened to watch a video of a crying man. His daughter had expired because of a fatal disease, and he was trying to cope up with the loss and the memory of his demised daughter. To add more fuel to the fire, he was getting calls from people who were totally strangers, who were inquiring about the well-being of his daughter and trying to help him financially for to cure the disease of his daughter. The calls were because of a post that was circulating on social media. At the time when his daughter was alive, it was a very valid post. He indeed wanted financial help to help his daughter get over the disease. But he still continued to get calls on his personal number even after the demise of his daughter. Unfortunately, he was not able to change his number because of his business reasons. I really thought at that point there is something critically missing at how we manage the social media, how data is managed with the social media today. Later, during 2015, I saw another post, a picture of a kid who was hospitalized in Kim's Hospital, Bangalore, and the description said that it's a missing kid and they don't know who the family of the kid is. So I shared it further on social media, hoping that it will help find the kid. And later I realized that it was a kid at Kim's Hospital, Bombay, and it was very well with his family. It was not a true news. I don't have a TV at home. It's been like 4 years since me and my wife decided that we'll stop watching TV at home, primarily because my kids used to get glued to the TV, so we wanted that not to happen. And it's been successfully running for 4 years, unfortunately. But that made it important for me that I have to be active on social media, primarily to make sure that I get to hear about the news that happens around the world. We all know that we hear it first on social media, then we see it on TV or newspapers, right? But I also realize that a big amount of news that circulates on social media are fake. It's not true. It's modified, either a photoshopped image being circulating around. And a huge amount of people who are active on social media are also people who are of my parents' generation or my grandparents' generation who are not tech savvy. They don't understand that a photo has been modified when they see it, and they kind of share it across when they see it. That was kind of another trigger for me to think that there is something critically missing which we should do something about. And me being from the software industry, I thought when a tech savvy person like me is fretting about it and not doing anything what needs to be done, it's not right. It's people like us who should do something. I also belong to I'm also an active member of a group called Bule Bisregi. That's a group of old Hindi song lovers spread across the world. And we have traveled all across India to do shows for old age homes, hospitals, prisons, armed forces, a lot of NGOs. And it's a totally non-commercial, non-profit venture where the real motto of all the people who are involved in in Bule Bisre Geet is spreading happiness with music. I wanted Check for Spam to have a model, to work on a model like Bule Bisre Geet. We call it as BBG. The primary reason being that I thought that if the moment I invite investors into the model, what I have in Check for Spam, there could be a probability that Check for Spam is going to turn into something like what the media is today. People tend to get biased based on how your investors are going to dictate upon you. So I wanted it to be a non-commercial, non-profit model. That was when I spoke to Mr. Balkrishna Birla, who's the founder of Bule Bisre Geet. We have around 500,000 followers worldwide on Bule Bisre Geet. So he is the guy who has inspired me all through my life, kind of, and for his selfless way how he has given back to the society. So I wanted such a model to be there for Check for Spam as well. So in 2016, I presented Check for Spam to him, and he very well agreed to be a co-founder of Check for Spam. And ever since, we never stopped looking back. Today, we are one of the main fact-checking sites available in India, and we get around 200 messages on WhatsApp, requests on WhatsApp, where people ask us to verify the posts that they get on the WhatsApp channel. Now let me talk about the different kinds of fake news that we have today. The first one is completely untrue. For example, you might have seen this post about uh, fake new 500 rupees note. It says that if the windowed security thread is next to Mahatma Gandhi, it's a fake note, and ideally it should be next to the governor's sign. But RBI completely denied this news, saying that there is no guideline on how the windowed security thread is printed. They said they agree that both the versions are true. It's just a printing mistake. So this is a completely these are the kind of completely untrue news that circulates. The first kind. Second one is a real incident with wrong description. This post is about Pranav Denwade, a young cricketer in Maharashtra, and it said Pranav Denwade was not selected for under 19 West Zone because he's the son of an auto driver, but Arjun Tendulkar, who's the son of Sachin Tendulkar, got selected because he's the son of Sachin Tendulkar. Completely untrue. It's true that Pranav was not selected and Arjun got selected, but the reason was Pranav was ineligible based on a selection criteria for under 19 West Zone. The next kind is true or old incidents being used together to create a new story. You might have heard this news about Baba Ramdev was killed at a road by a road accident on Pune Bombay highway. The post comes with a picture which is collaged together. The first picture, what you see on top, is a real accident that happened in 2017, and it happened in Bihar, and it's nowhere related to Baba Ramdev. The second one is an old 2011 incident when Baba Ramdev was hospitalized after a 7th day of fast protest that he was into. So people collage different incidents and try and build a new story out of all these. The next one is the next kind are the not harmful ones. UNESCO declares that idli is the healthiest food among all the breakfasts in the world, and it comes with a certificate as well. Right? People make the certificates to bring, to make us think that it is true, right? Another one is probably the best humor you would have ever heard in in your life. This says that Salim Khan, father of Salman Khan, as his fourth child. He is a twin brother of Arbaz Khan. Salim Khan wanted all his sons to enter the film industry, but the fourth son, Rajesh, was interested in tennis. He was kicked out of house. He moved to Switzerland and changed his name to Roger. Right. But that's more on the humor side. But the fact is that we got this for verification, and there are people who are believing it, right? The next kind is a completely dangerous post. So I'm going to give 2 examples of the kind of dangerous post that circulates on social media today. This is a post about Ebola virus spreading in Mumbai. And the post also says that to avoid getting Ebola virus, you need to drink a lot of salt water and take bath in salt water. Now, in Nigeria, a similar hoax killed 2 people. People with high blood pressure consumed lots of salt water and they died, right? So it's extremely dangerous. Another one you might have seen, it's a lady being burned alive on street, and the video circulated with a description saying that it is a Hindu girl who was married to a Muslim boy in Maharashtra, and the Muslim people killed him. Now, it's a real incident. It happened in Rio Bravo in Guatemala, and the lady was alleged to be involved in the killing of a taxi driver, and that was how the whole outrage took place. Now, people pick up real incidents and give a different description to it and circulate on social media, right? Then we have politically aligned posts and a variety of promotional posts. Now, the promotional posts are kind of depending upon incidents that takes place. When the GST came in India, there was a bunch of GST posts which say that Amazon GST sale offer, Flipkart GST offer. So they actually make you go to their website, download an app on your phone, and they say you have to hold the app on your phone for 24 hours, and you have to share this link to 8 or 10 groups of friends, hold the app for 24 hours, and you're going to get the offer after that. It's a clear case of malware. It's going to extract all the personal information on your phone and transfer it wherever it is required. Then the magic of Photoshop. People really put effort to create photos like this. The first one is a mix of both the photos that has been created, right? And plenty of other ones. All Photoshop, plenty of them. Now the problem, as I said, is tech-savvy people like us can understand it, but there's a huge amount of people out there who don't realize it. Now, why is fake news a worry today? It's not anymore an occasional or exceptional case. We get it day in, day out. Every other post is fake today, almost. So the default has to be, it could be fake, to keep in mind. People are too busy to cross-verify. It actually takes an effort to actually go somewhere and figure out whether it is true or not, right? So people are too busy. You know, everybody has their own schedule problems, and they don't do it. It's also spreading through private channels, primarily on WhatsApp. We all know there is an early 2017 statistics which says there are around 200 million monthly active WhatsApp users in India. And that's a huge number. And a majority of them are not tech savvy. So people tend to believe it. And that's a fact, being that we get around 200 messages per day for verification on a WhatsApp number. And unfortunately, I'm not able to handle that traffic at this point of time, actually. There is an increasing political, communal, and regional bias in the post that circulates on the media today. For the example that I gave, where a real incident gets billed with a different description and gets circulated on social media. So what do we all do? There are existing services internationally like snopes.com, hoax-slayer.net, which could be used for hoaxes that sounds a little international. And in India, we have services like SM Hoaxslayer, boomlive.in, you might have heard of altnews.in, and of course, check for spam. It's today inevitable that each one of us need to play a little role to fight the fake mess that we have on social media today. We all need to join our hands together to make sure that social media is a beautiful place where we can network with our friends, our families, and get out of the fake mess that the social media is into today. Let the truth prevail, and let's all put our hands together for truth to prevail. Satyameva Jayate. Thank you.